Welcome to my channel. I'm Adelaide, and today I have an empties video to go through. I have accumulated a lot of empties since I decided I wanted to film this type of video, so the time frame for how long I've had this stuff in my empties is honestly pretty long. I've kind of laid out in sections what everything is so far. So the first thing that I have a lot of is my tried and true, literally will continue repurchasing until forever, my Glossier Boy Brows. I have these in the shade brown, and apparently I've gone through 4 of these in at least a year. The way I use this is I'll brush off the excess and then kind of just fluff up my brows after I fill them in. The amount of product in each one is not a ton, which is kind of why it's a little expensive. You can definitely use this for your full brow to prep your entire brow look, but if you do it that way, you're definitely going to end up using this up in like a month. The next brow product that I have is the brow pencil side, is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I really liked these. They are pretty pricey though, so I'm trying to use something else. I'm currently using another type of sample product that I've had, and honestly, it's what I used on my brows today, not this, but I do have a backup of this. Next up, I have a mascara. I've used up the Collab Waterproof, the Works Wow Effect All-in-One Mascara from Collab. I quite liked this. This is the waterproof version, but what I realized is it was really good at like separating my lashes and not being too clumpy, but it kind of did transfer still, even though it's waterproof on my lids, and this, compared to what I use now, not as great. I haven't used an empty of it now, but I currently use the Heroine Volume and Lash Curl Mascara. It's amazing. It's my favorite. This one smudges. This is also, you can only get this at Sally's Beauty, and it's about like $15. So this one probably won't repurchase, but it was nice when I had it. Next, I have some lip products. This is kind of venturing into the skincare realm now. So I got these Fresh Sugar little lip balm duo. They're really small. I like the packaging. I like having a tube to kind of apply. I think that's the one thing I prefer in my chapsticks. I don't know if I would go back and repurchase this, especially now because I'm not going outside a ton, so I don't actually need lip balm like on the go as much, but these were great having on hand at the time. Another lip product that I liked, this was a sample. This was the Grande Cosmetics Lip Plumper. This thing was kind of amazing. It was great in the morning when I would get ready. I'd do my makeup, my lips would be last, and I didn't want to wear like a color in the morning because like I knew when I got to work I was going to eat breakfast and like I would just lose the color. So what I would do to at least kind of give my lips color, the natural color back, was put this on, and it had a little bit of a tingle, but nothing unpleasant. Will I repurchase? Hard to say, probably not. I think other products can do the same thing as this, so this was just nice to have, and I really enjoyed it at the time, but probably not something I'd repurchase. And 2 more lip things. So I have the Eve Lom Kiss Mix. This was a lip balm kind of container that I got in a set. I did not like this. I really wanted to use it all up, but I didn't like it. I felt like I'd put it on before bed, I'd wake up in the morning and it'd feel kind of weird. Once I washed it off, like once it wasn't on my lips, I didn't feel like any of the hydration stayed. I felt like it made me need something even more after. I also, and this might not be related to this, it might be more about my like general hydration, I would get the white ring inside my lips in the morning after I use this, and that didn't normally happen to me. There's other factors, so I won't say that this is the only thing that caused that. I think even now I'm still getting it, so I do think it's a hydration thing, but it started when I used this, so it kind of turned me off to it. So definitely won't be repurchasing this. Next up, the lip item that I do love is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is the best thing that I've used on my lips in so long. It probably took me like a year to use this all up, which, you know, is fine. The container thing is 12 months. You could use this in the morning and just put it on as like a lip balm, and it would just make your lips feel really great. Once it was gone, your lips still felt hydrated. I didn't feel the need to like keep putting it on throughout the day. Put it on at night. In the morning, it's still there. I wash my face, kind of wash it off. Still feels plump, still feels hydrated. It is also like not a small amount of product for how much you're getting. I already have a backup that I'm currently using now. I first had to use up that Eve Lom one, and then I broke into my new one, and best, everything is right again. I love this lip sleeping mask. I have two powders that I got through. This is the Glossier Wowder, and this was in the shade Light Medium. I think I liked it when I first got it, but then as I kept using it, I kind of got tired of it. I was more excited to use something else, but again, I want to use up what I have, so I used it all up. It felt fine, and it felt like it set my makeup and could hold, but I have very oily skin, and throughout the day, it just felt like it wasn't actually keeping makeup on my face. So that's kind of why I didn't want to go back to this. Not a lot of product for kind of not a cheap price either. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick, it is so hot. I'm gonna use my beauty blender to reabsorb sweat. It's just so humid. There are wildfires going on in Northern California and just California in general right now. Okay, hitting up some more. There are actually some makeup items that I missed. I did get through the Born This Way foundation. I had two shades that I mixed. This was light beige and golden beige. I used this. I liked it when I used it at first, but then I think I realized it actually is still pretty oily on me in the sense that my oils just broke through and it didn't last very long on me, so it wasn't very long wearing. The Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, however, love this. I also like that this is half a fluid ounce of product for about the same amount of money as other brands that have half this amount of product, or 0.33 ounces. So I was like, this is a steal. This will last me a while. And also I really like it. So I did end up repurchasing this, but I repurchased it in the color Shortbread, which is the light golden shade, so that I could really use it for my under eyes. And that is what I'm wearing on my under eyes today. So love this, will repurchase. What next? Okay, I'm gonna go with sunscreens. One is the La Roche-Posay Anthelios. This is the Anthelios 60 one. I believe that this is the chemical sunscreen, not the mineral one. I liked the chemical version more. This uses avobenzone, which I've heard is actually bad for the environment, which is why I stopped using this. But I used to use this all the time. It is really light and it doesn't have any texture. I think the mineral one is a little grittier, so it's actually not as comfortable to blend into the skin. I really liked this. It went smooth on and it went under my makeup pretty well. This isn't cheap either. This is $30 for 1.7 fluid ounces, but for environmental and ethical reasons for myself, I wouldn't want you to use this, but to each their own. The other sunscreen that I have here is the Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence. I got this in Japan and it was only $8. I liked this. I would repurchase it, but given that I know that it's $8 in Japan and it's $16-ish, I decided I wanted to try something else, just because I was like, if I know I can get this cheaper, I can ask my friend in Japan to kind of bring some back for me. Again, not that she's coming back anytime soon, but if I ever want to go back to it, I would definitely ask to just stock up. Ooh, I'm a klutz. I would definitely just ask to go back and stock up on this. I like this. I would recommend it. It was nice and it blended in really well and had no complaints about it. It was good. Let's do cleanser. I have two cleansers here. I have the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser, and then I also have the Murad Clarifying Cleanser. I enjoyed both of these. I'll start with the Glossier one. At first, I didn't think that this was doing anything because I will say it does not remove my makeup. But what I realized after not having it anymore is I really liked that it was a gel cleanser and it didn't feel like it was stripping my skin. And I've always gravitated towards cleansers that are salicylic acid, acne, for acne prone skin, for oily skin, all of those things. And this is not for that. This is just a conditioning face wash, and then it just doesn't lather, so you kind of just put it on your skin, you kind of massage it in, and then you wash it off, and it's not stripping. So I really liked this in the shower. Felt like I came out and I didn't feel like I need to moisturize immediately, or it kind of just felt like I had enough moisture in my skin and it was balanced. I would repurchase this actually, so maybe when Black Friday rolls around I might buy another one of these, just because I did really enjoy it. The Murad Clarifying Cleanser, however, I have really liked this for a while. This is also a large size. This is like 6.75 fluid ounces. I got my boyfriend to use this because he has acne prone skin and he likes it a lot. This has salicylic acid of 1.5%. I use this with my Clarisonic in the shower every day. I had a very like refreshing feeling, like it's a little minty kind of. Is minty the right word? However, this is like $30 and I was kind of like, okay, there must be a way for me to save money on cleanser. So I currently use a La Roche-Posay, I think it's like the medicated acne cleanser. I think it's kind of similar to this. It's definitely not as good as this, but for the price, I'm not mad at it. And again, I kind of want to start using cleansers that aren't always just acne or oily skin prone. I don't want to completely strip my skin. I just want to like remove what I need to remove. If I have any like specific acne issues, I can use other treatments for that. So I like this and I would recommend this if you want to spend the money. It's so hot. This is the Derma E Microdermabrasion Scrub. This used salt crystals, some sort of crystal blend. It was very fine and it didn't feel super abrasive. I did like using this when I had it, but I will say I didn't feel the need to repurchase it because I've kind of stopped using too many physical exfoliants and I've really moved to chemical exfoliation. If you want a physical exfoliant, I would recommend this. The crystals weren't too harsh. So, okay, moving on to masks. So the first mask that I have is the Lush Mask of Magna Minty. This is a face and body mask, and I really liked this on my face and also for my back. I have acne issues on my back, so it's minty. It has adzuki beans in it. It's not super exfoliating, but it felt really nice on the skin. It is a little strong, I will say. I do think it can be maybe a little bit too strong for sensitive skin. It felt really nice for me. I would probably consider repurchasing this. I would recommend this and I would buy it again. It's definitely one of the, from what I hear, the OG masks at Lush, and I think it is super enjoyable and pleasurable to use. Next up, I have the Rose face mask from Fresh. This is a hydrating face mask and it smelled so good. I loved this, the way it felt and the way it smells. I realized I like the scent of rose. I got this in a Sephora Play box. I can't say that this showed a ton of results, but it was nice to use. But I don't know if there's any like particularly long-term effects, so that's why I haven't repurchased it. And next up are my 3 Glam Glow masks. So I bought a trio. I also have a like tubey version size of the Super Mud. So I'll kind of just go in order of my least favorite to favorite. So my least favorite was the Youth Mud. This is the exfoliate treatment. I felt like this one, and maybe it's just this packaging, it dried out really fast. It was kind of a hassle to put on and difficult to put on. The Super Mud. So the Super Mud is super nice because when you feel like you have a lot of breakouts or like you just want to like get a deep cleanse of your skin, you can kind of see where it's like soaking up the extra oil, and it's really cool to kind of see and wash off, and your skin does feel super soft after it. I have already repurchased this. I bought this in a bigger size, or I think the full size, and it's in rotation. It's something that I will use and I will continue to use. And my favorite one that I don't have a full size of yet, but I do have another sample size of, is the Thirsty Mud. This is the hydrating mask that you can use as a sleeping mask as well. It smells a little bit like coconut, from what I remember. Yeah, smells so much like coconut. And it feels so good. The next day, it feels amazing. It doesn't make me get super oily. It just kind of feels really nice and I feel really hydrated. I wake up and I just feel great and I don't feel like it's overwhelming. And then you wash it off in the morning and you're good. It's just very, very enjoyable. I really like this. I would repurchase again and again. So that was masks. I can move on now to, let's do moisturizer because I have a mountain here of my favorite moisturizer. So I have here 3 different sizes. This is the Clinique Moisture Surge line. I love this formula. So back when it was still the Moisture Surge Extended Thirst Relief at Nordstrom, I got the huge like jumbo size during like the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I think this is 6.7 ounces. Yeah, this is huge. Look at my face. Look at that. So I got this, used it all up. I love this. It's my favorite. I would buy it from the Nordstrom anniversary sale every year. This is the 4.2 ounce size, which I think is the largest size that they currently make. It's my favorite moisturizer. I will buy it forever. This is also something that doesn't break the bank compared to other moisturizers. So in the times that I've tried something else and straight away from my tried and true, I do like the Belief, the Aqua Bomb. This is a pretty good moisturizer. It has a very similar texture to the Moisture Surge one. It is a gel moisturizer. However, I thought that this one was also pricey for how much product you got. This container is deceivingly large, but is actually only 25 milliliters, which is less than 1 fluid ounce. This is 1 fluid ounce. I'm getting less than that in here, and I'm paying like 20 something dollars. It doesn't make me feel good. So I used to get a lot of these in my, like, a sample size in my like Ipsy and Sephora Play, and I would always use this up, and that's why I knew I liked it and would repurchase. But now I'm kind of like too expensive for my taste. I actually have a sample size of the Lala Retro Whipped Cream. This, surprisingly, I really liked this. I thought this was great in the winter. I think I did actually get quite dry in the winter and I didn't realize it, and when I was using this, I think it was what saved my skin. And the last moisturizer that I have tried is the Tatcha Water Cream. I've heard the best things about this. I've heard it's the gel moisturizer that works for dry, oily, normal, all skin types. Tell me why I didn't really like it. Didn't feel like this was life-changing. I felt like I wasn't having a great skin period when I was using this. I do want to give it another shot because I know it's such a tried and true, but for the amount of money this is still my favorite thing. So I would pass. So the next things I'll go with are eye cream. This is the 72-hour Moisture Surge eye cream. I got 2 of these with the moisturizers I got. I don't hate this, but I don't love it either. It's not my favorite. But what is my favorite, and I have 2 empties of them, are the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. This stuff, it's so thick. I think having this as my eye cream has made my dark circles not as bad. Like I got enough sleep the night before. I've only felt this way when I'm using this eye cream. I've been a working professional now for 3 years, and definitely the stress of work is what I feel aged me a bit. Felt like I could really see my under eye bags and like dark circles, and I was like, oh my god, I'm panicking. I repurchased this, started using it again, and I was like, I think I'm better. This is definitely my favorite eye cream. We're almost done. Next, I'm just gonna do my essences that I've tried. So I've tried the famous SK2 facial treatment essence. I thought this did wonders for my skin when I first tried it, and then I started breaking out a ton, and I was like, I don't know if it's working anymore. I don't know what it's doing. There's a point where I was like trying not to use it constantly because I was like, it's so luxurious. I can't waste it. But then it got to the point I was like, okay, let me think about this. If I want the actual benefits of this SK2 Patera essence, I should use it every day. I have not repurchased it since, and I don't think I will. The next essence that I've used is the Fresh Black Tea Kombucha. First ingredient on this was water, so I was like, splash. I used a lot of this every day, but it felt really nice. I thought it worked for me. I thought it was pretty good, but I switched to the Tatcha essence after this, and I think I like the Tatcha one more. So I don't know if I'll go back to this. I think right now I'm pretty happy and content using the Tatcha one. So depending on like maybe if my skin gets too used to it, I might go back to this. So I would recommend this, but it's definitely not my favorite anymore. And now we're on to some little things. Clinique's Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm and also the Makeup Remover. I like both of these. The cleansing balm is a little bit thicker and harder to dissolve in my fingers than I think I prefer. So I realized I don't actually like cleansing balms as much as I like cleansing oils. I bring this with me on trips as well because this gets the job done, and I have many of these like little size, travel size. So, next I have the Neutrogena, go to the drugstore, On the Spot Acne Treatment. This is a benzoyl peroxide acne medication, so I will put this on top of my larger acne pimples, like especially the ones that hurt. It kind of works with my skin, it helps things along without being too intense. Next I have the Derma E Vitamin C Concentrated Serum. This smelled like Fruity Pebbles, and it was weird. I think the smell really threw me off, and I'm not sure it did much. Almost there. This is another Be Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum from Drunk Elephant. This was really nice to use, but probably wouldn't repurchase because I feel like I have other things. So I would recommend this for people who have dry skin. 2 other serums that I have is the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This was amazing on my skin when I had breakouts. My skin needed a break from this, but it definitely felt like it was clearing out the acne scars. My last 2 products are from Sunday Riley. These are both sample sizes. So this is the Luna Retinol Sleeping Night Oil. I liked this a lot, but I could definitely see a difference the next day. My skin just kind of looked a little bit brighter. Similarly, for the A+ High Dose Retinoid Serum, this has like a yellow tint to it. This also made my skin feel really good the next day. The thing to be careful with these is definitely use sunscreen the next day because retinols are like resurfacing your skin. You want to make sure you don't expose it too much to the sun, otherwise you will get like spots. You don't want to damage your skin, so definitely wear SPF. And that is my empties. I used a lot of stuff in quarantine, and I also used a lot of stuff before quarantine. If you got through this whole video, thank you for watching. This was very long and took me quite a while to film, but I really appreciate it. If you like this video, comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what else you want to see. I am really excited to keep filming and do more videos just because this is kind of something I've always wanted to do, and once I get into it, I'm just like, oh yeah, I can do this. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!